Amman. The UN Child Agency said yesterday that it has flown 1.9 million doses of vaccines to war-torn Yemen, its first aid delivery since a Saudi-led coalition fighting Shiite rebels tightened a sea and air blockade earlier this month. Regional UNICEF Director Geert Capilera described Saturday's shipment as a very small step at a time of immense need and warned that it must not be a one-off. The coalition had promised to reopen Yemen's main airport in the capital of Sana'a and the Red Sea port of Hodeidah to humanitarian traffic by late last week. However, 2 UNICEF vessels carrying food, water purification tables and medicines heading to Hodeidah have not yet received clearance to dock, Capilera said. "We hope all will live up to their promises," Capilera told reporters in the Jordanian capital of Amman. "These supplies are urgently needed. More than 11 million children in Yemen are in acute need of aid, and it is estimated that every 10 minutes a child in Yemen dies of a preventable disease," he said. New alarms were raised by an outbreak of diphtheria, which has already spread to 5 governorates, he told reporters in the Jordanian capital of Amman. Close to 1 million people in Yemen, including many children, suffer from cholera or acute watery diarrhea. "The war in Yemen is sadly a war on children," he said. "Yemen is facing the worst humanitarian crisis I have ever seen in my life. Yemenis have endured an intensified 1/2-year war. It involves Iranian-backed Shiite rebels, known as Houthis, who control many population centers in western Yemen, and an internationally recognized government that has the backing of Saudi Arabia and several other key Persian Gulf states." The Saudi-led coalition tightened its Yemen blockade on November 6, in response to rebel missile fire toward the Saudi capital. Since then, the coalition has come under growing international pressure to ease the restrictions. Last week, it said it would reopen Sana'a Airport and the port of Hodeidah to humanitarian aid shipments by the end of that week. UN flights to Sana'a resumed Saturday, including the shipment of vaccines. Capilera said the 1.9 million doses are meant to vaccinate 600,000 children across Yemen against diphtheria, meningitis, whooping cough, pneumonia, and tuberculosis. Close to 180 cases of diphtheria have been reported in the past 2 months, starting from the governorate of Ibb, but spreading to 4 other districts. "The delivery of vaccines Saturday cannot be a one-off," he said, adding that many more supplies, including vaccines, are needed. Like other aid officials in recent months, he appealed for a swift end to the war. "The absence of a political solution to the Yemeni crisis is deplorable," he said. Yemen, the Arab world's poorest nation, has been caught up in the rivalry between regional powerhouses Saudi Arabia and Iran that has also helped fuel conflicts elsewhere, including in Syria.